We call it In Society because we were afraid that Hopkins would not approve it because it did not sound academic enough. And then we don't teach anything about that. So, welcome to the show. How many of you, by round of applause, have been to one of these shows before? How many of you have never been to one of these shows before? And how many people are alumni of this class? For those of you who are standing in the back, I think there might even be some seats. Are there some seats in places? Raise your hand. They're not the enemy. What is this? Well, thank you all very much for coming. Here is what this is. Here is what you are at right now. This is a course in which students have to construct, devise, and eventually perform their own stand-up routine. These are all students who have never done this before, except the teaching assistant. He did it last year and the year before. Everybody else, they are people just like you who have come in 18 days ago, having never done stand-up, and in many cases never performed anything, and now they're about to get up here on this stage in front of about 800 of you and do this. Yeah. So, this means a few important things. First of all, please turn off your cell phones. Cell phones off. You don't want to distract these people because they work very hard on what they're doing. Second of all, because these are people who've never done this before, please remember, be nice. This is difficult. This is really difficult for anyone to do for the very first time. So, let's all try to enjoy it and have a good time. Don't be little assholes. So my own time at Hopkins, I'm not here anymore. I'm now in Washington, D.C. I still come up once a year for this class. It's a lot of fun. While I was here, this class kind of got started while I was a grad student. I still remember being a grad student on my very first day of Hopkins in this very room where they had the big grad student orientation. And I remember that they gave us like one piece of advice. They said, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want as a grad student. You can teach classes like crap. And we did. Just do not sleep with the undergrads. And we're like, come on. We've seen the undergrads. I was actually in the biology department. This class is in the film and media studies department. I was in biology. I was a TA for biochem for a couple of years. That was, oh, really? Yeah, go biochem. I wasn't your TA. I was a TA for biochem while you were like 7. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. People who take the biochem, you know sort of what the class is like. You have to turn in a lab report every week. You think we hate writing lab reports. Imagine having to grade 30 lab reports every goddamn week. Here's every lab report that I got from the students in my class. It was like, results, I got no usable data. I wouldn't have known what to do with it anyway. I spilled every liquid you gave me. And my lab partner got fired. Conclusions. Overall, this lab was a success. Who teaches you people that phrase? Why do you always write that? I had a student who got a C- in the class, and oh wow, I mentioned grades, everyone gets really quiet. He got a C- at the end of the course. You know, this is someone who had always written overall, that was a success. So he came up to me when the day I was giving out grades, and he said, how'd I do? I told him, well, overall, your grade was a success. I probably deserved all those bad lab reports that I got because I did something not very nice. You guys who've taken biochem or things like that, you know that the class is all pre-meds, and you know what pre-meds are like, of course, at Hopkins. There you go, anal, have to get an A on everything. And so they're all afraid on the very first day that they're going to have a bad TA, they're not going to know what's going on. So on the first day of class, I just walked in like this. Hello. I am TA. You don't know biochemistry. I don't know English. We learn from for this. Thank you, guys, please. So over the past year, this is brand new for this year. This is very exciting. Yeah, what he said. I know you. So over this past year, I actually decided to turn my graduate school experience into something positive, and so I wrote something very negative. But I sold it, so it kind of makes up for it. This is my book. This just came out in April. It is called Surviving Your Stupid, Stupid Decision to Go to Grad School. I encourage you all to buy it, because I was so bored of grad school. I'll actually be selling the book. They said this was okay. I'll be selling the book in the lobby after the show if anyone wants one. It makes a perfect gift for that special grad student in your life. $10. $10. You can't beat that. That's amazing. Unless you go on Amazon where it's $8.64. That's shipping, unless you have Super Saver shipping, but that's different. So I wanted to make a couple of announcements about other things. The good folks of the HOP, the HOP, are putting together a series of comedy shows on this very stage in the next couple months. On the 16th, it's going to be Carmen Lynch, 16th of February. 23rd, the next week, is going to be, I still don't know how to pronounce it, it's Mike with a Q. But these people have all been on Last Comic Standing, so I should know how to pronounce it. On the 2nd of March, Ben Kronberg, and the 9th of March, Ryan Niemiller. All very famous, nationally known folks, and some of the people that you see tonight might just be opening for them. So, very exciting times. And before we get started, last thing, oh yes. So we did this a couple years ago for the first time, and it went okay, and I wanted to go even better. Someone contacted me once and said, hey, you have this big show. Maybe we could use it as a way to raise money for a worthy cause. And so we tried doing it a couple years ago, tried it again last year, and we're going to try it again this year. That cause is the Campus Kitchen at Johns Hopkins. And here to tell you just a little bit more about it for a minute or so is Lena Davis. Please welcome, Dennis, sorry.